Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and this is the inaugural season of the NBA, my NBA League for 2K20. This is going to be the year one mid-season recap. We're kind of hitting that point where most teams have gotten about at least half of their games done. However, we do have a few inactives, but we'll get right into it. So today we will be going over the power rankings. This is presented by State Farm. So to start us off here, we have the 0-12 Warriors, who they've just been all around terrible this season, led by No Limit Smoke. I could go over the losses, but just assume they've lost to every team in the league. This is a team that they got caught cheating, and doing that, they forfeited their 2025 unprotected first rounder and $7 million. And if you cheat and you still can't win, I don't know how to help you. We are even hearing reports, as you see from the photograph on the right side of your screen, that the Warriors played against the Sixers and Kevin Durant was left wide open the entire game, and they still couldn't find a way to win. So it's just all around an embarrassing performance for this team. I hope they get their shit together, and that's all I have to say about the Warriors. Moving on, here we have the Duke Blue Devils, and they've only had 3 user games completed this year. They've been very inactive. After the Sixers spanked them the second time, he really did give up on the league. However, we're hoping for his return. As he might be a team that can make some noise here out of the first round. And moving right along, we have the Kings. Kings, they've been active. They're just not been able to hit their stride at all. De'Aaron Fox has been carrying this team all season long. They did get the one win against the Warriors, so that's something. They can win games. However, I really think this team's focusing on next year. They have a lot of cap room for the next upcoming season, and I'm hearing they're trying to target Drew Holiday from the Sixers, so we'll see how that goes. Moving on, we have the Celtics, another inactive team. However, I am hearing that they were on vacation. They should return Sunday via Woj. And, this is a team, they had 2 close games against 2 of the top teams in the league. So I'm hoping this can be a team that we'll see in a higher ranking next time. But we will have to find out when they get back. And moving on, we have the Pittsburgh Phantoms, or I don't even know what to call this team anymore. They change their name every other day. They're currently 1-4. And honestly, the only thing I'd say about this team is that they just need. I think the player isn't too bad behind the sticks, but his team is just so terrible. I don't see a way that he wins anything this year. So I'm just recommending that they should rebuild for next season. They have Blake Griffin as their second option, so it's not going good for them. And number 6, we have the GOAT, Satchmo Life here, and his team, the Florida State Seminoles. They are sitting at a 6-7 record. And this has just been a team that, sometimes they hit their stride. They'll beat some high quality teams. They've beaten the Lakers, who some people say could be the best team in the league. However, they just really can't hit their stride. Sometimes they're doing great, sometimes they're doing terrible. But, that's all I got to say. Let's see what Stephen A. Smith has to say about Isaiah Thomas's shooting. It has been very, very bad. All right, moving on, Stephen. We have the Phoenix Suns sitting at a record of 4-3. Their users Eastside. He has some quality wins. He beat the Seminoles and he beat the Warriors twice. Cause who doesn't? However, he's been losing to the top team, so I consider them middle of the road. However, I do like their duo of Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart. That's a very big, 2 great defenders. I can see them giving multiple point guards problems. So I think this is a team that could go deep in the playoffs. I like what they're building in Phoenix. At number 4, we have the 6-4 Thunder, who are led by X Streak Up. And this is another team that, you know what I'm saying, right? They're just they lost to the Sixers, the Hawks, and the Lakers. So where do they go from here? If they're not going to beat the top teams, they're doing a good job. They've been beating the teams below them, but you got to be able to compete against these higher level teams. I think the reason they're not is because of Ben Simmons. This dude can't shoot a shot outside 10 feet, so a top team's just not going to guard that. And then basically at that point, you're playing 4-on-5 basketball. So, he's been trying to jack up some threes with Ben Simmons, but that man ain't going to hit shit. Moving on here with number 3 with the Lakers. This is very surprising. Not a team I would have guessed to be at this position at this point in the season. They're sitting a comfortable record of 7-3. Their team's very deep, however. Talking about deep, they are deep in the cap hole. minus 72 million over the cap. This team is not going to be able to sign a fucking Publix grocer by next season. They're going to be filling out a 5-man roster, maybe, if they're lucky. And I'm not sure we'll be seeing too much Lakers after this season. Moving on, we have the Hawks, and this is a team I'm very excited to speak about. They're sitting at a 7-1 record. You know, they did lose to the Lakers, but I'm just counting as a fluke. They also beat the Lakers in their 2 matchups. They split the season series. This is the best defensive team in the nation right here. They just have straight lockdowns at every position. I don't see how a team's going to score on them. They're a great team, and they're my personal favorites to win the championship. However, they're not the current number one team. Current number one team's been the most active. They've been getting out there and getting W's. That is the Philadelphia 76ers. And, you know, the Sixers, a lot of people call them cheesers. That's because they are. All he does is Curry slide. He's been trying, you know, he got D'Lo and Curry. He's trying to get Donovan Mitchell to get the Curry slide, the triplets right there. But I'm sure the Seminoles are smarter than that. They're not going to let that happen. Uh, so, you know, I could very well see Sixers Hawks. You know, that conference finals could be very interesting. So just to go over all the teams here. At number 1, we have the Philadelphia 76ers, led by Sep. 2, we got the Hawks. 3 is the Lakers. 4 is the Thunder. 5 is the Suns. 6 is the Knowles. 7 is the Phantoms. 8 is the Celtics. 9 is the Kings. 10 is the Blue Devils. And number 11 is the Warriors. That's all we got here for the midseason recap. Our next video will take place right before the postseason. We'll be giving an outlook for postseason.